This may all be a joke to Jay White. He's just out having fun with his buddies, apparently, or whatever he does. But this is real to me. This championship means everything to me. So if Jay thinks this is a joke, the inside of a steel cage has a funny way of removing one's sense of humor. So, sorry, I have to break the fourth wall here just this one time. Unfortunately, WWE 2K19 will not let you do a Royal Rumble outside of the actual Royal Rumble arena. So we are indoors here in the game's Royal Rumble arena. I'm sorry. This is just what the game makes me do. So sorry about that. But this is still the most exciting event of the summer, so let's get to it. And the first man out is a former Intercontinental Championship challenger, a man trying to get back into that spot. It is the fearsome, imposing Walter. Now, if you're not familiar with Rumble on the Beach, the way it works is a 20-man Royal Rumble. Over the top rope is how you will be eliminated. Both feet, of course, have to touch the floor. The winner will get either an Intercontinental Championship shot or a Cruiserweight Championship shot. Their choice, if you're eligible for a Cruiserweight Championship title match, of course. And Walter trying to climb the mountain again to become an Intercontinental Championship challenger. In here at number 2, and I can't help but smile when listening to this song, it is half of British Strong Style, Tyler Bate. And you can see paying homage to NXT, where he still occasionally competes, mostly in NXT UK. He is half of British Strong Style along with Pete Dunne. Tyler Bate looking to maybe make a little bit of a singles run here in GAW. Of course, he had been a singles competitor for most of his career, and he is very familiar with the ring general Walter. 18 more men still have to enter this match. Who will they be? Let's find out. Let's get this thing rolling. So it is Walter and Tyler Bate starting off here in the Rumble on the Beach. We call it the most exciting event of the summer, and with good reason. And I'm sure you will see why. Immediately, Tyler Bate starts things off with the Tyler Driver 98, but Walter turns that into a lariat. Yeah, so I think you're seeing exactly what we mean. And the entrances come constantly. The entrance intervals are short. Walter tosses Bate over the top. Bate manages to stay in, and incoming now is, I believe that is Nick Miller. And, well, he's down. Miller spends some time in GAW. Of course, he is better known along with his partner Shane Thorne in the oceanic territories around Australia and New Zealand. But every so often, he and Thorne will pop up here in GAW, trying to get the case started for a little singles run. Big boot from Walter, and now Tama Tonga entering proceedings here. Another guy who really makes his living elsewhere over in Japan as part of Gorillas of Destiny. But, he's trying to make things happen for himself. And, wow, look at Walter early on here. This guy, unbelievable performance here early on from Walter, standing tall amongst 3 other men. So the winner, of course, gets a Intercontinental Championship shot or a Cruiserweight Championship shot. And here comes Jeff Hardy entering the match. We haven't seen Hardy since the Hardy Boys crashed out of the tag team title tournaments. That was about 2 months ago that happened. So Jeff Hardy trying to open his singles account here in GAW, where he has not had a lot of success ever since winning the Cruiserweight title several years ago. And he's taken on the biggest man of the bunch, Swanton to Walter, and he caught Tama Tonga with it as well. Yet to have our first elimination, and here comes the former Cruiserweight champion. It's the Bastard Pack. Pac looking to climb the mountain once again and take on, presumably, the newly crowned Cruiserweight champion, Buddy Murphy. Wow, we got six men in this ring right now. And it could be a little bit less here as Tyler Bate is in trouble over there in the corner, and Bate is out. First man eliminated is half of British Strong Style Tyler Bate. Meanwhile, in at number 7 is another former Cruiserweight champion, Ricochet, who has not had a good run of form in the last 2+ months since Nitro 9 when he won that title. And he's looking to bounce back here and immediately gets things started with a big DDT. And now Walter's out. Jeff Hardy, heads up play there by Jeff Hardy to see Walter stunned against the ropes. And now Ricochet nearly eliminates Nick Miller. And in at number 8 is the other half of the Hardy Boys, Matt Hardy, who himself has not really had a great run of form recently. But he's trying to get things started for himself, and there goes his brother Jeff. Meanwhile, Matt eliminates Tama Tonga. Just like that, we've got 4 men left in the ring. So this is the 3rd incarnation of the Rumble on the Beach. Both of the previous 2 winners successfully won their title shots. Rey Mysterio won it 2 years ago. Used it to capture his 7th Cruiserweight title. That is a record for most title reigns in a career. Bobby Lashley won it last year, and he used it to capture the Intercontinental Championship. So the odds are good here should you win this event. And Ricochet now facing down with Pac, the man who beat him for his Cruiserweight title just a couple weeks ago. What a boost this would be for Ricochet should he go on to win this match. I know he's coming from number 7, so it's tough to make things happen that early on, but should he run the tables and win this match, that would really turn everything around for him, because he's really been poor as of late. And in at number 9, it's another former champion. Side effect from Hardy. 4 of the 5 men in this ring have held GAW gold. And make that 3 of the 4. Matt Hardy sees off the former Cruiserweight champion. And now Ricochet could be in trouble here. Matt Hardy, he's looking newly focused after, again, several losses in a row for Hardy, including his disappointing return with his brother Jeff in the tag team title tournaments. But we are now halfway through, and here is a man that you will recognize from the last episode of Wednesday Night Storm. Gladiator was part of the GAW Academy Showcase. He won that match and clearly showed enough to GAW talent scouts. And, Adam Cole almost super kicks him right out of there. Gladiator manages to hang on. Speaking of hanging on, Nick Miller in trouble. He hangs on to that top rope. Gladiator apparently showed enough to get himself another match here in GAW. And coming in at number 11 is a former Cruiserweight challenger, Sin Cara. And I know that Sin Cara does not feel like he got a fair shake after being attacked by Buddy Murphy in his Cruiserweight championship shot. Of course, Buddy Murphy became the talk of the division after that, after he aligned himself with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And of course, Murphy turned that into Cruiserweight gold tonight. So now Sin Cara really trying to make up for that disappointment. Again, the ring filling up awfully fast here. Lots of Cruiserweights, and in at number 12 is Pete Dunne, the other half of British Strong Style. And Gladiator, look at this. Gladiator making his presence known to a former champ. Sin Cara trying to eliminate Matt Hardy in the corner. And Gladiator looking for that fan support. Nick Miller, by the way, still in this thing. Really amazing that he's still... All right, well, commentator's curse, I guess. Bitter end to Ricochet from Pete Dunne. So that could be the bitter end to Ricochet's night. And in at number 13, we haven't seen this guy in several months. Bandito. This guy, one of the most electrifying competitors. Oh God, Gladiator. Gladiator with the haymaker on Bandito. Ricochet, by the way, tossed away unsurreptitiously. And now Bandito turns Gladiator's, it looked like his crucifix bomb, into a DDT. Bandito going nuts here. And Sin Cara out, Pete Dunne out. Simultaneously, Bandito, terrific elimination of Sin Cara over there in the corner. And that's after eating a haymaker from Gladiator. Not many men can get up from that, but Bandito has been spending the last several months in his native Mexico. But he is not new to GAW. We've seen him before. So hopefully this means that he will be back on a more permanent basis, because if you haven't seen Bandito compete before, you are in for a treat. This guy can go. And he is showing that to the former Intercontinental Champion Adam Cole. And speaking of Cole, that's a super kick to Gladiator. The GAW rookie is gone. Bandito with the poison Rana. And now it's the Mexican Wonder that stands tall among two former GAW champions. And speaking, oh my God, number 14, Suicide. I never thought we'd see this guy outside of TNA Impact. This guy is as legendary as it gets in TNA Impact, former X Division champion. Wow, the sight of Suicide in a GAW ring. That is really amazing. I never thought we'd see it. Well, let's see what he can do here against a couple former GAW champions. In at number 15 is Nick Miller. The other half of TM61, his partner Shane Thorne was in earlier and actually had a pretty good run for himself. So Miller trying to make good on what Thorne was doing earlier, and he's going right after Bandito. Meanwhile, Suicide and Adam Cole locking up. Miller in a powerbomb position. Liger bomb on Bandito. Big move there immediately from Miller. And we are fast approaching the final few competitors in this match. And at number 16, it's another stellar cruiserweight that we haven't seen in several months. Will Ospreay has been nursing a knee injury for the last 4 months. And there goes Nick Miller. Suicide notches his first elimination. Wow, I am so happy to see Will Ospreay back. Like I said, he was dealing with a knee injury for the past 4 or 5 months, kept him away from GAW competition. But hopefully this means that he is back full-time. Suicide with a second elimination. And Will Ospreay fighting against Matt Hardy. In at number 17, Cody Rhodes is back. Wow, you can always be sure that you will see some unexpected debuts and returns in the Rumble on the Beach. And Cody, we have not seen him since he was attacked by Jay White in White's quest to earn the shot that he now has against champion Samoa Joe. Suicide eliminated by Adam Cole. Matt Hardy, by the way, still in this match, looking fantastic. Hopefully we'll know a little bit about Suicide if he's planning on staying in GAW. I sure hope he is. Just in the little that he's shown in this match, this guy can really go. At number 18, in comes Hangman. Adam Page again. Last time we saw him, he was losing to Aleister Black, so now he's trying to make up for that and in a good position at number 18. Bobby Lashley won from number 18 last year, so Hangman Page is in good company. Can't do the job on Will Ospreay though. 2 men remain in the Rumble on the Beach, the most exciting event of the summer. Cody Rhodes trying to make things happen for himself. And now Hangman Page and Will Ospreay locking eyes, and Page didn't like that. Deadeye on Ospreay. That could spell the end of Will Ospreay's night. And at number 19, oh my God.
Oh, I thought I heard the old man say.
They call him the Pirate King, and with good reason. He is a former Impact World Champion, a former CMLL World Champion, a former IWGP Intercontinental Champion, and he had relinquished his MLW World Championship 2 months ago due to injury. Wherever he's been, Edward Jack has been a star and is undoubtedly one of the most beloved wrestlers on the independent scene. The Pirate King is here. Speaking of a guy I never thought we'd see in GAW, wow, this guy has been tremendous everywhere he's been, everywhere he's gone. By the way, that was Cody Rhodes eliminating, I believe that was Adam Cole at the top of your screen. Adam Cole had a terrific run so far, and now the Pirate King locking up with the Aerial Assassin as we prepare for the last man into the Rumble on the Beach. It is the limitless one, Keith Lee. By the way, that was Will Ospreay dispatching Edward Jack early on. Twist of fate on the Hangman. 4 men remain as Cody Rhodes also went out, I believe eliminated by Matt Hardy. And now Hardy eliminates Ospreay. What a run this is from Matt Hardy. He entered at number 8, I believe, and he is still in this match. This is an incredible run from Matt Hardy. Where did this come from? And now Keith Lee with the exploder suplex over the top rope. Just like that, we are down to 2. It is number 8 versus number 20. I don't know where this came from Matt Hardy, by the way. I believe he's eliminated 5 men. And this is a Rey Mysterio one from number 10. This would be the earliest anyone has ever won the Rumble on the Beach, and Matt Hardy's done it. Number 8, Matt Hardy has just run the table and won the Rumble on the Beach. What has gotten into Matt Hardy? Wow. Something has changed in that man. I don't know what it is. I don't know what he's been through, what kind of training he's done. Something has changed in Matt Hardy. He has won the Rumble on the Beach, and now Matt Hardy will get a title shot of his choosing. Well, folks, like I said, we call it the most exciting event of the summer for a reason. But speaking of exciting, it's a dream match. Tag team match coming up. The Usos taking on the Young Bucks. Well, there is so much still to come here at Bash at the Beach. 3 more titles on the line. And first things first, the tag team titles currently held by the Usos. The Young Bucks earned the opportunity to face Jimmy and Jay by beating War Machine on the last episode of Wednesday Night Storm. And now Nick and Matt Jackson, one of the most legendary teams in the world, former GAW Tag Team Champions, former IWGP Tag Team Champions. And the list goes on and on and on about these two. Well, they will get a chance to win these belts once again. And the men that they will have to defeat in order to get those belts. These two teams have become quite familiar with each other over the last couple months. And look, I know I've said this is a dream matchup before. I understand that, but man, these two put on an absolute classic in the tag team title tournaments. The Usos won that match en route to winning these tag team championships, and now Jimmy and Jay will get to defend their titles for the first time. Jimmy went down in a razor-thin match to Kofi Kingston for the Intercontinental title, but now they will get to defend their tag titles. Well, let's just get right to it. I am so excited. Jey Uso starts things off for the champions. Not surprised given what Jimmy Uso has already been through. I would expect the pace of this match to be awfully fast, at least in the early going. The Young Bucks like to wrestle at a fast pace anyway. The Usos will probably be looking to put things away pretty quickly before the effects of Jimmy Uso's earlier match catch up with him, and now the Young Bucks immediately start things off with more bang for your buck. They don't always go for this early into a match. But again, like I said, I think they know that the pace of this match will certainly be increased. Super kick from Matt Jackson. Two devastating maneuvers very early on Jey Uso. Matt Jackson going for the pin, and Jey Uso kicks out at 2. Young Bucks tried to end this thing early, and maybe a little too early to go for some of that. Jey Uso able to kick out of the super kick. So now Jey Uso will get a chance on offense here. I would expect to see frequent tags, at least from Jimmy Uso, once he's brought into this match, to try to limit his participation, because you never know what move is going to put him over the top endurance-wise. And he was tested by Kofi Kingston, and we know what Kingston does to you from a physical perspective when you have a match with him. Matt Jackson has Uso on the wrong side of things, standing Hurricane Rana. Again, the Young Bucks, very, very adept at wrestling at this level of pace. Not to say the Usos are not, and now Jimmy Uso comes in for the first time here in this match and is immediately sent into enemy territory. Now Nick Jackson in for the first time, and the Young Bucks setting up a super kick party. Jimmy Uso on the wrong end of that, but manages to get out of the way of the stomp and immediately taken control of by Nick Jackson. Now the Usos will answer with a double team maneuver of their own, and it's a devastating one. Body slam into Jey Uso's Uso splash. A devastating maneuver, and Jey Uso will go for the pin. Matt Jackson knows he needs to break that up, and Jimmy Uso not quite quick enough to get over there. Jey Uso trying to tie up Matt Jackson, who's able to get out of that. Matt Jackson will be able to stay. Well, maybe not. Jey Uso chases him down, tosses him back into the ring, and now the Usos have both of the Young Bucks at their disposal here. Nick Jackson able to fight out of that one. Corkscrew uppercut, and now Nick Jackson going for a springboard 450 Jey Uso moves. Again, a blistering pace to this match. The thrust kick for Nick Jackson misses. And I am not surprised. Both teams like to fight this way. And now Jey Uso looking to put things away with a super kick. Nick Jackson out of the way. Backstabber. That super kick is kind of an all or nothing maneuver from the Usos. It is, I don't want to use the word telegraphed, but certainly you can see the super kick coming if they're going to set that up. And so it is maybe easier to avoid, but if you don't, then things are over. And speaking of over, we saw this several times in their classic at the tag team title tournament. It's a superplex all the way to ringside. I'm awfully glad that it was Jey Uso doing that and not Jimmy. Jey Uso content to keep things out here, damage Nick Jackson's back, but maybe miscalculated how much damage he was actually going to do. Nick Jackson able to fight away, and now, well, he learned this from his elite buddy, a one-winged angel on Jey Uso. Nobody does it quite like Kenny Omega, but it is a devastating and painful move nonetheless. And now just repeatedly throwing Jey Uso into the ring apron is Nick Jackson. This is absolutely brutal. From Nick Jackson onto Jey Uso. And finally he decides to throw him back in. How much did that wear down Jey Uso, just getting his head repeatedly rammed against the ring apron? And now Nick Jackson is in full control here, and that time the thrust kick connects with its target. The Young Bucks have to be feeling good about this. Jey Uso has eaten a lot of punishment even in this short match so far, and Jimmy Uso, of course, is already depleted from an earlier match, so you got to think that the Young Bucks are liking where they're at. But Nick Jackson, a bit of a miscalculation. Jimmy Uso is able to bring him down from the second rope, and Nick Jackson will have to take the tag to brother Matt. Jey Uso's still down, but hopefully that interference by Jimmy will give Jey enough time, and it certainly does just that. Spear from Matt Jackson is countered into a DDT, and now the Usos certainly have the advantage with Nick Jackson on the outside. Matt Jackson has to do everything he can to try to fight out of this situation. The Usos are non-stop right now. Tag is in. Body slam. Uso splash incoming from Jimmy, and it connects. Nowhere to be found is Nick Jackson. Jimmy Uso goes for the pin off the Uso splash, and Matt Jackson kicks out at 2.5. What do you need to do to put away the Young Bucks? Well, now Matt Jackson trying to put away the Usos with a super kick, and Jimmy Uso ducks that one. I think Jimmy Uso thought for sure that this match was over, but he'll try to do things another way. Now having Matt Jackson locked up in the Tequila Sunrise, and you can see Jimmy Uso's knee just grinding into the small of Matt Jackson's back, and somehow Matt Jackson is able to fight out of the submission. That is an awfully painful hold to be stuck in for any amount of time. Jimmy Uso certainly has wrestled a fantastic match given what he has already been through. Going up top, and Matt Jackson able to get the tag in. Jimmy Uso still going up top for this twisting senton, and Nick Jackson able to stay out of the way. Still, the Young Bucks are outnumbered here 2-1, but Nick Jackson doesn't care with the Falcon Arrow. Going for the pin now. Jey Uso is all the way on the other side, and Jimmy Uso kicks out. Wow, the adrenaline has really kicked in for Jimmy Uso after a previous match. This is a tremendous performance. Nick Jackson, famous sir. This is a terrific performance from Jimmy Uso to even stay competitive in this match. Springboard moonsault connects. Matt Jackson still on all fours on the outside of the ring. Jimmy Uso trying to make his way over to his brother Jey, and Nick Jackson cuts things off, and now he will be looking for another, I believe, springboard 450, and Jimmy Uso is out of that. Wow. Still, after everything he's been through tonight, Jimmy Uso remains one of the smartest competitors in GAW, and now rolls Nick Jackson over for the pin after hitting him in the corner, and Nick Jackson kicks out at 2. Jimmy maybe have been looking for the DDT, and instead he's met with a gun stun from Jackson. Now Nick, I believe, will be looking for a springboard 450 again, and Jimmy Uso just out of the way. You may not find a smarter tag team competitor in GAW than Jimmy Uso. And he saw that springboard 450 coming all the way. Nick Jackson has been in this match for a long time. After getting the tag in from brother Matt, who spent a lot of that time on the outside. So you wonder if Nick Jackson is going to be looking for a tag here sometime soon, with Matt returning back to the apron. Jimmy Uso, I think, was looking for another DDT like he usually does, and Nick Jackson able to fight his way out of it. Now Jackson placed up top, and Jimmy Uso, oh my God. No, don't do it. I said it should have been Jey, not Jimmy. But Jimmy, he's pulling out all the stops in this match. Superplex to ringside. Well, you can't question the passion. I almost have to question the judgment for Jimmy Uso to pull off a maneuver like that after everything he's been through. But you can see how much these tag titles mean to these two men. And Nick Jackson certainly has been through a whole lot in this match. A lot of punishment. He soaked up a lot of damage. And now, Falcon Arrow, as he fought his way out of the corner and actually busted Jimmy Uso up with that elbow to get out. So now Jimmy Uso, tired and bloody, still fighting for everything he's got here. Nick Jackson in unfriendly territory, and the Usos may be looking to put things away right here. Jimmy Uso is happy to take the tag in to Brother Jay. And now Nick Jackson will be on the wrong end of an assisted pop-up Samoan drop. Fantastic maneuver from Jimmy and Jay, and now Jay Uso just going wild on Nick Jackson, who really has spent a lot of time in this match, soaking up a lot of damage. I'm a little bit worried now. Jay Uso now is going to lock him into his version of the Tequila Sunrise. Look at him sit back on that. Oh my God, I can't even imagine the pain for Nick Jackson, and it's too much. He does have to tap out. Jay Uso locks him in the Tequila Sunrise, sits all the way back on that hold, and you can just see the pressure on Nick Jackson's lower back, on his neck. Absolutely brutal. Well, it was a performance for the ages for Jimmy Uso after having already fought earlier tonight. Jimmy Uso musters up the strength to give us a tremendous performance. And finally, it was Jay Uso to finish things off with a Tequila Sunrise. That's the third different way, by the way, that the Usos have ended a match in GAW. This team is no joke. They retain their tag team belts here at Bash at the Beach. And we've got 2 more championship bouts for you, as the women's champ, Asuka, is in action, as well as the world champion, Samoa Joe.